What's up, Sag? Welcome to your March love reading. This is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is a general read, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. I do suggest that if it doesn't resonate or if it's starting to not make sense, go on and check out your rising, moon, or Venus sign, okay? Also, if you are interested in your general read, I did do those videos, and I will link the general read in the description box below if that's something you're interested in finding out about. That one touches more on career, finance, overall well-being, and it does talk a little bit about love too. So definitely look at those messages because they're there for you, and I'll link them. Other than that, I'm just going to pull these cards, and then we can discuss them afterwards, okay? So this is going to be Sagittarius love, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Ooh, starting with Ace of Cups. Ew, that's cute. Eight of Swords. Okay. Tower card. And the Six of Cups. Okay, this is like, I'm getting it pretty clear. I think this is probably going to be a quick read because I feel like this is pretty cut and dry to the point so far. Let's see. Okay, Two of Swords. Eight of Cups. Four more cards, guys. Strength. The Devil. Ooh. That was silly. Okay, so a bunch fell out, but these ones flipped over. Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands. We're good to go, right? All right, bottom of the deck, Hierophant. So structures, institutions, maybe the idea of marriage or traditional. Looks like you guys are kind of changing your view on how you traditionally see love, or what you saw was going to be your love story. But I feel like this month is definitely challenging what you viewed as being, what your happily ever after was supposed to be, right? Or is supposed to be. I'm gonna pull three of these. You deserve love. True love. Very soon. You deserve love, true love, very soon. Cute. Okay, hey, we're happy with that. Okay, so again, Hierophant. In terms of this, with this love reading, I do feel like this is speaking to you guys changing, and I say changing because you've got a couple cards that indicate movement, right? But I definitely see you guys kind of changing your outlook on what you felt was your happily ever after, what you felt was, what you wanted in terms of love, in terms of marriage, in terms of even just groupings in institutions with people. Like, I feel like this is a big month for you about kind of challenging these things. And I say challenging because I feel like a lot of these built up thoughts or ideas of what is love, what does it look like, what does that mean for you. I feel like it's, we all have these from childhood, right? So I really feel like you guys are kind of challenging that. But let's get into this actual read. so you guys can kind of see a little bit more. So I see that you guys want new love, right? We've got Ace of Cups, which is beautiful, beautiful first card to start the read with. Um, so this is all about, of course, this can be a love offer. You could be dealing with a Cancer, but really this is just overall the energy of a love offer that has you feeling so good, girl, your cup runneth over, right? So this is all around joy, new beginnings, good luck in new beginnings. Like this is a great new beginning that you guys seem to be striving for, but look what's like crowding you. You're stuck in your head, right? Eight of Swords is a very stagnant energy. This is someone who is bound and just stuck, but they're really bound by their own thoughts, right? Swords represent our thoughts. Swords represent our communication. Um, you're literally stuck in the mud. So it's like you want this beginning. You want this, for some of you guys want this new beginning. For some of you, I feel like it's a situation that you guys have been dealing with in the past. Either way it goes, you're stuck, right? And you're almost feeling like you can't move forward. You can't even see to move forward. But the crazy thing is, it's like there's a castle right behind you. And if you just like wiggle yourself out of those little bandages and take off that blindfold, you can totally go that route, right? But this is like self-inflicted pain, right? This is like us being a prisoner to our own thoughts when really we have the power to kind of come out of that. And I feel like you guys are still kind of in this place where you're stuck based on whatever may have happened. And it's kind of hindering you to have this new love life that you're looking to have, either with a new person or with a person of the past, right? You got the Tower at the top of the reading. So this is all happening because some radical change has happened in your life. I feel like either there was communication that came about, maybe you found out about some, I don't know, infidelities or something. But this whole situation is happening because something came up and shook shit up, right? The thing with the Tower card that I tell people all the time, the Tower card, like think of it as a Jenga game, right? It's like the tower is going to crumble when it is not built on a shaky foundation. I mean, when it is not built on a strong foundation. Okay, that's why the Jenga game, the more we play, it gets a little wobbly because we're taking logs out and putting them back on the top, and it's like no. So find comfort in knowing that whatever happened, it was because it was supposed to happen. It's also universe's way of being like, girl, you're moving too slow. You're not doing what I told you to do. I've been trying to give you signs and signs and signs and signs, and you're not listening. So I'm going to just do it. Like, move, I'll do it. It's like that type of energy. So, and whether this be, something good or something bad, towers aren't always necessarily bad things. The thing about them is that they are always all of a sudden radical, unexpected change, which, people who are creatures of habit don't necessarily like that. You know what I mean? You guys are pretty adaptable though. So I feel like if anything, you guys can probably handle tower situations better than a lot of other signs. But definitely just know that all this is happening because of this tower that has happened in your life. And it's always going to be for the better. Like tower cards are like that sucky card that is good at the same time, right? So your lower cop-out card, what you're supposed to not be trying to focus on, and I know this is crazy because this is like a really good card. This is a favorable card. I feel like Six of Cups in this reading is saying you need to not look at the past, right? So Six of Cups is like a super nostalgic energy, right? It's like when we go back into memory lane, this could have to do with the ex or something, but it's like you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be thinking about the ex. You're supposed to be moving on. You're not supposed to be stuck in that place of what ifs and all that. I really feel like in terms of love, this is in this position of your cop out, your lower self card. I feel like it's telling you, girl, it's time to move on, right? We have the Tower. We gave you the Tower and we gave it to you for a reason. So you got to let go of the past. Yeah, I really feel like that's just like straightforward. Like this is not about you. This month is not about you worrying about the ex, worrying about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, worrying about the past. Whatever happened, happened for a reason. It's just time to move on, right? In the past, we've got the Two of Swords, which is an energy of, a lot of people like to say this is someone who's making a decision or has a decision that they need to make. And then I very much see that in this predicament. But this is someone who also, in terms of this, has been trying to find the balance. I feel like you guys have really, in the past, been trying to find the balance of how to move forward in your love life, but you've been feeling blindfolded along the way. Uh, like it's hard. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it's been hard for you guys to see. Like you've been stuck on certain things, which is probably why you got this card too, the Six of Cups, as being, what not to strive for. It's because it's like I feel like you guys are just kind of or have been in the past stuck on not knowing what to do, not knowing, to stay, to go, how to move forward if we stay, how do I even move on if I go, how do I, this is just a place of just trying to find the balance, trying to make decisions, but not knowing kind of which way to go, right? Eventually, the month of March, I do see that you're walking away. It's like you see that this is no longer serving you. So you're walking away to things that, to new beginnings. And it's cool because what you're essentially walking away from is this now energy of being stuck, this Eight of Swords, right? So it's like you're leaving all your thoughts, all the bullshit behind, and you're just like, you know what? It's good. I'm going to keep it pushing to where my heart leads me to, right? With these cups. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep evolving with that moon, right? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go and find where it's a little bit easier, where I feel a little bit more grounded, where I feel a little bit more loved, where I feel a little bit more in my element. And I really feel like that's what it's talking about. Now, you could be walking towards a water sign, although I don't like to really shout out signs too often, but since it is a cup sign, that could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But just overall, the energy is you guys went from kind of being stuck, needing to make a decision, definitely wanting a new love or the same love in a new aspect, but feeling stuck about it, right? But it's not working for you, right? And you see, Tower came, Tower hit, right? So now you're walking away. It's like you finally got the memo, like, oh, okay, I finally get it now. Like I gotta go, kind of thing, right? So you got the Strength card in your hopes and fears. Now this, of course, could be a Leo, but really I feel like the overall energy what this is saying, which a lot of people have been getting Strength this month. So I feel like this is like just a really transformational month where we all kind of got to see it through. But it's like you almost feel like you're not strong enough to go through this, right? Like almost like I feel like a dependency, like a codependency energy where it's like, no, but I need them. I need them. I need them because they're this to me, or they do that for me, or they fulfill me in this way, instead of just looking within. I feel like this is a reminder that you need to look within, right? You tame your own beast. You can strengthen yourself. You have all the tools you need in order to make yourself feel better, right? Use that feminine and masculine energy. Use that yin and yang. Like, use that soft, quiet push of strength. Not that overbearing kind, but like use that because you do have it. And I feel like you guys are feeling like a lot of you, I feel like you're just so down in the dumps about this, like you feel like you just can't move on. Whoever's energy I'm picking up, right? Because whatever you're walking away from, I feel like you were really deeply hurt. Because I mean, they're still on your brain. This old thing, this old love, it's still on your brain. And it's like you walked away because you had to. Not even because of a decision on your own. It's like, I have to do this. I have to. Whether they put it out there that they're just not interested, or you just finally see that this is not healthy for you. It's like you had to. And I feel like that's what doesn't feel good. It's almost like it wasn't a decision that was all your own, which again takes us back to the Tower, right? Towers don't happen because we want them to. They happen because they need to. It's kind of like that kind of thing. Because the people around you, whoever this was, it's like you got the devil. So that could be a Capricorn, but really I feel like whatever it is that you're walking away from, it was a relationship that was toxic for you. Not necessarily saying that this is a toxic or bad person, but the connection was toxic because there was either confusion there, deceit, somebody feeling bound. It just wasn't like a healthy, flowing, like temperance. Like temperance card would be perfect. Temperance, which is your card, right? Because that's showing that things are flowing easy. It's so opposite of what you guys are, right? It's the energy that you just, even though you loved it, it wasn't good for you at the end of the day, or you weren't good for it. Either way, there was some type of toxicity, some type of confusion or deceit or bondage, just something that was preventing you guys from moving forward, right? And Ace of Swords. So it's like you guys have, I feel like this tower hit. I feel like this has a lot to do with this tower. I feel like it's a situation where you guys came up on some clarity. So maybe you guys had that conversation that you needed to have. Now, this could be with an air sign. I'm getting air because we've got the Ace of Swords here and we've got, you know, the Two of Swords there. But like the Ace of Swords is really about finding clarity. So I feel like, you know, new communication, new ways of thinking. I really feel like this is what kind of sparked everything. But that's a good thing, right? It's a good thing because clarity and communication are always a good thing. It's better to, even if truth hurts, it's better to know it and move in that direction, whether it hurts or not, than to be feeling confused and deceived and like kind of just not knowing what's going on, right? And with this new communication, I feel like it brings like a healthy new start for you guys. This is totally your energy, Knight of Wands. This is perfect. So this is you guys moving forward. This is, you know, nights are all about action, all about movement. So even though I feel like you guys are having a particularly hard month, I'm thinking more in the beginning. I feel like at the end, we're going to round it out with some shit that you guys can handle, right? I feel like you guys are going to be like, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to get back on my horse. I'm moving forward. It's good. And I think that's a really good thing for you guys, right? Because if this is the energy that I'm picking up, if you are these people, this is not good for you. This wasn't healthy. And again, I'm not even sensing the devil card. Like, you could have really been dealing with a monster, but for the most of you, I don't even feel like it was a bad person. It's just, it was a bad situation or bad timing. It just wasn't for you. The relationship wasn't for you. Something about it wasn't for you, which is disappointing. But I feel like you guys are still getting up on your horse and being like, that's all right. I'm going to do it again, right? And that's awesome because you guys deserve love. You are lovable. So remember, no matter what happened in the past, it does not define you. Whether you broke up with the person or the person broke up with you or whatever, you still deserve love. Everybody does. And sometimes the people that we want most for us at the time just aren't those people that are supposed to be there for us. And that's okay. They're there to teach us lessons and there's no love lost, right? It's about just knowing still what you bring to the table and knowing that no matter what, even if certain situations didn't work out the way you wanted to, that doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be loved. You do. And then true love. So this is a romance of a lifetime. So I really feel like when you guys are walking out, I feel like you guys are going to be walking into some really good things and really catching your momentum, right? Because you got the Knight of Wands, right, as your outcome card. So it's like it kind of starts off like slow, like begrudgingly, like, okay, I guess I got to give that up. But then I feel like you're going to fall into some cool shit come towards the end of the month, right? And then very soon. So clearly decide what it is you want so it comes to you now. And that's pretty self-explanatory. You know, really be doing the things that make you feel grounded, whether it's praying or saying affirmations or whatever. But, you know, it's like if you guys can just get out of this headspace of living in the past and being stuck about it, I feel like you guys are going to be walking to some great things, right? You guys are going to be really getting that good positive head start that you want. You may even find that you decide that you want to be single for a while and just kind of play the field and just kind of play, because this is a player, you know what I mean? But either way, I feel like you guys are going to be coming out of this hurt and out of this disappointment on top, right? Like you guys are still going to be putting your energy forward and just being like, it's okay because I'm a Knight of Wands and I'm going to keep it pushing. And, you know, after, you know, after your moments of being confused and stuck and you know, disappointed, I really feel like the end of this month is going to round out really nicely for you guys in terms of love, okay? So stay encouraged. All good. Thank you for checking out my channel, and I'll see you guys in April.